Hi guys, Lady here. Just a quick interjection. That shadow behind me that looks like the good dinosaur is a shadow from my camera. I do not have good lighting. I don't have any fancy lights at all. I just have a lamp. Don't judge. There are lots of weird shadows going on. That one just bugs me. Just want to let you know. Okay, that's all. Moving on. I do remember telling you that I was going to be out of town this past week. I don't think I told you where I was going, so let me tell you. I went to my very first ever convention. Okay? I went to, don't get mad, I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. I went to YOUMACON? No, I know it's not YOUMACON. YOUMACON? YOUMACON? I don't know, don't hate me. This is the spelling. Yeah, I don't know. So anyway, I went there, and I had tons of fun, by the way. I went with my friend Harleen, who you have seen, if you have been here before, who you have seen on this channel often. If you are new, you will learn who she is, because she is in a lot of my videos. But anyway, so I went there. And it was fun. It was eventful because for some reason I can't go anywhere without stuff happening. It makes it good for you guys. You get to hear a story. But anyway, this is pretty much the rundown of what happened. I'm going to try my best to hit everything. So yeah, the day before, she and I were going to both make our own pre-con videos. Yeah, we were going to make our own pre-con videos, but we didn't get to do that because we weren't 100% certain that I was going to be able to go, because my friend Sam was supposed to get to go, and then last minute she couldn't because, you know, money, because cons aren't free. So anyway, we weren't sure if I was going to get to go because it was in Detroit, Michigan. Yes, Detroit. So, I was kind of leery because I didn't know until a few weeks prior that I was in Detroit. Like, I'd already been planning on going, but then I found out I was in Detroit and I wasn't sure. I wasn't 100% certain. And then, apparently, I failed to tell my husband until the day before that it was in Detroit. I really thought I told him, but he says I didn't. So anyway, he really wasn't sure about me going. So when we were about to make our pre-con videos, it became apparent that I might not get to go. But anyway, I went. I'm happy that I went. I came home in one piece, and that's what he cares about. So, I went, and this is the spiel. Harleen spent the night at my house so that we could get up early the next morning. And I have a nice big shed, like a really big shed. My shed is probably about half the size of my house. So anyway, I have a really big shed in my backyard, and I'm kind of like in process of converting it into a clubhouse. Yes, a clubhouse. Yes, I am 24 years old. No, I don't care. So anyway, we were out there, and because the weather had been real nice all week, so we're like, this is gonna be fine. We brought a space heater out there just in case. Well, that night it decided that it wanted to get really cold, and because the walls are thin, because there's no insulation, because it's not actually a place where you're supposed to be sleeping, so the space heater really didn't do much good, so we froze. So unless I put insulation out there, no more sleepovers in the shed until the weather gets better. Yeah. Anyway, so we got up really early the next morning, after freezing to death all night, to go. And we weren't taking my car. We left my car so that my husband could use it. And then originally we had been going to take Harleen's car, but because Sam wasn't going anymore, Harleen asked a couple of her friends if they wanted to go. So what we did was we drove to their house, and then we took their car. So we got there, we moved all of our stuff from Harleen's car into their car. And now we're on the road, and it's a 4-hour drive. up there. And we get about halfway there, and you'll never guess what happens. One of their tires explodes. I don't mean it goes flat. I don't mean it pops. No, it explodes. Like it, I don't know. Here's a couple pictures. Yeah, it exploded. So anyway, we are on the side of the road. We don't have a car jack. I didn't know nobody had a car jack. I probably would have brought one, but it didn't matter anyway. Here's why. Okay? We call roadside assistance. On the phone forever to get this lady to understand where we are. I don't know why it's so hard. We give her the exit, we're right by. Like, we can see this exit in the rearview mirror. Like, it is right behind us. And we give her the mile marker because me and Harleen, we get out of the car and we walk down to the last mile marker to see where we're at. So the lady has the exit. She has the mile marker. We know what city we're in. We know where we are. She just isn't getting it. Like, at one point she asks, "Are you in Ohio?" Yes, we're in Ohio. We have not. How do you, like, we told you exactly where we are on the road. Why do you not know what state we're in? But what, like, we even told you what city we're in. Why are you asking us if we're in Ohio? Really? So anyway, we're on the phone forever with this lady. She finally thinks she knows where we are. And she sends out a guy. She sends a guy out. And anyway, we're in the car for about an hour waiting on him to show up. He calls us. And apparently the lady sent him to some random address that was like 15 minutes away from where we were. Like, woman, we are like right next to the mile marker. Why? I don't know why she sent him somewhere else. I don't know. But anyway, so he's 15 minutes away. So he calls, we tell him exactly where we are. And our friend who's driving is like, I don't know, she was using like outdated map or something. And it was so funny when he said it. Like, we were laughing so hard. Like, Harleen, she was so red, she was crying, she was laughing so hard. And apparently he said that the guy on the phone said, no, her stuff's not outdated, she just doesn't know what she's talking about. So, anyway. So we're waiting for, like another 15 minutes for him to show up. And he gets there. He's not a tow truck, he's just in a Jeep. I think he was in a Jeep. He was in a Jeep type thing, I don't remember. Anyway. So he pulls up in this Jeep type thing, and he gets out, and he sees that we are in a Trailblazer. Okay, so the tire is not in the trunk. The spare is actually under the vehicle. And he asks, do you have the tools to drop the tire? No, we don't. Well, this guy from roadside assistance who was sent to us did not have anything either. Like, what was he sent there for? Did he seriously just come with just a jack? Like, really? For real? Are you kidding me? Like, he had nothing. So anyway, what we had to do was, we sat there forever, trying to contemplate. Well, while we're doing that, a police officer shows up. Also, because we had been sitting there forever, me and Harleen, we have to go to the bathroom. So we start walking down that exit that we could see from our car, down to that exit, to go to a gas station off the exit. So as we were walking down the street, that's when the police officer shows up. So we don't know really how that goes down. We did hear from our friends that the officer asked, are those girls with you? And they told him yeah, and said, well, where are they going? And they said, they're just going to the bathroom. We've been sitting here forever, and we've already been in the car for 2 hours prior to this happening. So anyway, so we go to the bathroom, come back, still sitting there. And like, as we're walking back to the car, some guy like slows up beside me and Harleen and goes, where's your car at? And we're like, oh, it's just right there. You can see it. And he's like, oh, okay. And he just goes on. Like, you couldn't, I mean, I guess because you see the police officer is why he didn't help, I guess. But anyway, so I went to the car and everybody's still trying to figure out what to do. And the final decision is that roadside assistants who could not help called somebody who could, called somebody with the tow truck. So now we have to wait another like half an hour, 45 minutes, some shit. We have to wait for a tow truck. While we're doing this police officer can't keep staying. I don't know if it's shift change or what, but he gets another police officer to come out. So first officer leaves, second one shows up. Okay? And first useless roadside assistance dude leaves. So anyway, we're just all hanging out outside. Police officer sitting over there, you know, in his car. We're just hanging out, waiting on the tow truck. Finally the tow truck gets there and we're hooking up the tow truck and we're taking the car to Walmart to be fixed because nobody can get this tire down. So me and Harleen and one of her friends rides with a police officer in the backseat of the car while other friend rides with the tow truck driver. And anyway, police cars are not comfortable. They're not meant to be comfortable because I would say 9 times out of 10, if you're in a police car, it is because you are in trouble. They don't want you to be comfortable. So anyway, I was Snapchatting a little bit in the police car, so here's a couple pictures from that. So we finally get the car to Walmart and they get the tire dropped, and then it turns out that the tire is the original from 2003. So the tire has, you know, some splits, the rim on it is rusted, so now they have to buy a new tire and then they have to rotate tires and all that fun stuff, so we're there forever. So tire pops around 12:30. Tire explodes around 12:30. 4.5 hours later, we are finally back on the road. Like, this was supposed to be a 4-hour trip and we spent 4.5 hours trying to fix the car. So we are way late because we had intended to be in Detroit by 12:30, 1 o'clock. We don't get there until 15 after 7. Here's the stupid thing, okay? Harleen and I have to get ready in the car because we have costumes, okay? This is them. So yeah, we have to get ready in the car. And so because we know there's not going to be time, registration to the convention ends at 7 o'clock. So we're like, we're not going to have time to go to the hotel first. So we get ready in the car and we like go straight up there. Get there. We are 15 minutes late. So we just spend it, like, we're so mad because we really wanted to go to, there was a few panels and stuff that we wanted to go to on Saturday that we didn't get to go to because we didn't get there in time for registration. But we were still able to walk around and see people and take pictures and whatnot. Originally the plan was we were supposed to leave at checkout from our hotel at 11 a.m. the next day, but because we didn't get to do registration on Saturday, we registered on Sunday, not to do panels, but to go to the dealer's room to, you know, buy stuff. And here's some pictures from that. So yeah, I did buy a few things. Let me see if I can find what I bought. I'd like to show you. I bought this for me. I bought this for me. I bought this for my husband. And I bought this for my husband. Also, I didn't buy this. Harleen did, because they had these stickers that were buy 3 get 1 free. So she bought me one. And yeah, that's what I bought. So that was the convention. I did, while we were in the hotel, again, remember we're in Detroit. So here's what happened, okay? We get there, the room's supposed to be $93, okay? And we get there, and the guy behind the cash register is like, that's gonna be 100 and something. And Harleen's like, but the website where I booked the room said 93, and he said, oh, well, this is plus tax. And she said, yeah, so was that. So she goes to show him the screenshot on her phone, but her phone's dead. So he goes, yeah, that's going to be $102. And we're just standing like, oh my gosh, like this day can't get any worse. We've already like exploded a tire, wasted 4.5 hours trying to get up here. Because of that, we missed our registration and we didn't get to do all the stuff that we wanted to do today. And now we're here and you're telling us that this is going to be $102. We were planning on $93. Like, are you kidding me? So we're just like, we're going to have to leave. Like, we're going to have to go somewhere else. And if we can't find anywhere else, we're just going to have to go home. Like, we're going to hate it, but we're going to have to. So he like, she's like, is there any way you can get it down to 93, back down to the original $93 like it was? And he's like, no, I'm sorry. And we're just like, no. So that's when we really start voicing that we're gonna have to leave. There's nothing else we can do. We have to leave. We can't stay here. And then he, 5 seconds ago, couldn't bring the price down to $93. Now all of a sudden he ups with, would you be able to afford it if it was $75? Hell yeah, we could afford $75. We were planning on paying you $93. But whatever. Mister, I couldn't bring it down to $93 5 seconds ago, but now $75 is fine. Because that makes sense. Oh, also forgot to mention that when we first walked in, he goes, there was a problem with the original room that you booked, so we're going to have to give you another one. I know you booked 2 queen beds, but but the other room that we have available that we're going to give you is a king bed and a pull-out couch. How's that? So anyway, so we got our room, not the room we booked, but we got our room for cheaper after he tried to overcharge us. So, I mean, at least that worked out. But anyway, so we go to our room and we unpack everything. And when we go, Harleen and I go to take the luggage cart down. And anyway, let me tell you. All right, we didn't notice that this was weird at the time, but then things start getting weird. And then we start looking back and we're like, oh, okay. Let me tell you what happened. Okay. We're taking the cart down and we get it down to the first floor, back to the lobby, and we put it where it belongs and we go back up. Well, there were 2 guys in the lobby. Okay? And as we head to the elevator, they go up the stairs. We're on the 3rd floor. Okay? The elevator gets to the 2nd floor and the elevator opens and those 2 guys get in the elevator. And then we go up to the 3rd floor. Now here's what's weird. Okay? Think back to any time you've ever been on an elevator and somebody else gets on. What do? They either, 1, they reach for the button to push their floor. Or 2, they say their floor aloud to see if you're going to the same floor. Like, either way, something is done. They don't say anything. I don't really think much of it because I'm like, it's possible that they could have just looked at the thing and seen that it was 3. I mean, that never happens. They usually say something, but I just, I let it go. So we get off the 3rd floor and they get off at the 3rd floor. And then there's like a little sitting area next to the elevator. So they go and they sit at that sitting area, and we go back to our room. Ow. I just stabbed myself with my fingernail. Anyway, so we go back to our room. A little while later, we realize we need, what do we need? We need towels. That's what it is. We need more towels. So, me, Harleen, and we met 2 other friends when we got up there. So, total there's 6 of us. So, me and Harleen first, and then we rode up with 2 more friends, and then we met 2 more when we got there. So anyway, so me and Harleen and one of the friends that we met when we got there went down to get towels. Okay, and not while we're down there, we're fine when we're down there. When we go back upstairs, we come back up the elevator, and the guys that had gotten off the elevator with me and Harleen had been sitting at the sitting area the whole time. So when we come back up, they're still sitting there, and they're kind of laughing weird. And no, when me, Harleen, and friend got on the elevator, they were laughing funny. And then when we got off the elevator, they're just still sitting there, not really doing anything. And we head back to the room, and there's this lady who totally looks like she was probably on drugs. Walks by us, looks at the 2 men that were sitting in the lobby, points back at us, and goes, "Well, that was a missed opportunity right there." We book it to the room and slam the door and lock the door. We're like, okay, I don't want to go out there anymore. We're done. All right. So anyway, we're in the room, and then we realize there's 6 of us. We don't have enough blankets because this room isn't for 6 people. So I don't go this time. 3 of our, so yeah, me and Harleen stay. So 3 of our friends go this time to go get the blankets. One of them being the friend that just went down with us, with me and Harleen to get the towels. Okay, so anyway, they went to go get the blankets. And when they come back up, they tell us that the guys were still sitting there, only this time they were on a phone, and they had it on speaker, and they're talking to somebody, and they say, "Yeah, there's a couple people getting on the elevator right now." And it's like, there's like, what? Like, all this other stuff has been happening. So they go down to get the towels, and while they're down there, they tell the guy at the front desk what's going on. And he says, "Okay, I'll take care of it." So anyway, they come back to the room, and probably 15 minutes later, after they get back to the room, there's a knock on our door. Who is knocking on our door? So one of us, I don't remember, goes to the door and looks at the peephole. There's nobody there. Okay, we keep standing there looking through the door. A few minutes later, a guy pops around the corner, knocks on the door, and then hides behind the corner again. Like they're trying to get us to open the door and come out. Like they're hiding. What? So we make sure the door is completely locked, bolt locked, everything's locked, and we go and hide ourselves in the bathroom. Like, we have weapons, okay? We have spray paint to spray them in the face if they come in. We have like a plastic bat, but whatever, you know. We're not going down without a fight, because if we're gonna die in Detroit, we are at least, you know, we're gonna have some dignity. So we're in the bathroom, and we call the front desk. And we tell the guy, "Look, you said you're going to do something about it. It's been about 15 minutes. Now they're knocking on our door. Do something about it." Anyway, so we tell the guy, "Look, something needs to happen because they're knocking at our door now. It's like they've been acting weird. They've been making comments. We were very uncomfortable, and now they're knocking at our door. There's no reason for them to knock at our door, especially because they are hiding around the corner like they're trying to lure us out of the room. That is not okay. Do something about it." He's like, "I'll get it." Almost like he's not taking it seriously. So we call 911 because, you know, you fear for your life. That's who you call, right? Apparently wrong. Let me tell you, there is a reason Detroit is the murder capital. The murder capital of the country. Okay, it's because you call 911 fearing for your life, and the dispatcher refuses to send the police. Yeah, that's right. okay? We called and we tell them what's going on. We're like, we're at a hotel. These guys have been following us around, making weird statements. They're knocking on our door like they are trying to lure us out. We are now hiding in the bathroom, scared for our life. And she goes, did you tell the hotel manager? And we're like, yeah, he said he was going to do something about it, but it's been a little while and we're scared. And she goes, well, if the police were really needed, the hotel manager would call us. And we're like, okay, he said he was going to do something and he hasn't, and we are scared. We are calling the police, you know, like as children you're taught to do. And she had the audacity to ask, have you been drinking? What? Have I been drinking? No, I haven't been drinking. These people are following us around. They're making uncomfortable comments, and they are knocking on our door and then hiding. No. So what does she do? She says, I will call you back in a minute. I'm going to call the front desk. So she calls the front desk and then calls us back and says, well, I talked to the manager and he said he took care of it, that he went up there, and the guy said he was looking for his friends who were on the second floor. He just had the room wrong. And we're like, no. If you have a friend, if you're knocking on the door of a friend, why are you hiding around the corner? Why? I mean, like, yeah, it's true that the person that was knocking was not one of the two men that were sitting in the little seating area. Apparently, the two men in the seating area were actually roomed on the second floor. And this was supposed to be their friend who was on the wrong floor, knocking and then hiding. That is a load of crap. But anyway, she refused to send the police, and a little while later, the manager did come up and talk to us and tell us the same bullshit that he told the dispatch. I don't know. I think maybe they were in on it together, or he really is that stupid. I don't know. But anyway, we make sure we keep the door locked. We push a chair in front of the door. I don't even think I'm going to be sleeping. But also, fun fact, there was a good thing that happened that night, while in the hotel, because the con was good. But while in the hotel, there was a good thing. We had a room with a jacuzzi tub, so me and Harleen and another friend, we hopped in it together in our clothes and used it like a hot tub. So here's that picture. A lot of pictures in this video. We took a lot. So anyway, but yeah, so we woke up the next morning still alive. We packed all of our stuff and we took it all down in one go. Like, we didn't even go down to get the cart. We carried all of our stuff at once down out of the place and into the car. And I texted my husband when we were in the car and said, we have left the hotel. We are alive. We're good. So we went back to the con and we bought our tickets because we got registered that time. And there were no panels that we were interested that time, but we did go into the dealer's room, and then that was where I bought the stuff that I just showed you. And while we were there, we were walking, there was a veterans fair thing going on. I don't know. We were walking because the con was in two separate buildings, so while we were walking from one to the other, there was like a parade of like 1,000 motorcycles, and we're like, what's going on? So we asked somebody and they said it was a thing for veterans. So, but yeah, so that was weird. That was weird. I did take a couple short little Snapchat videos of that. Here's one of them.
Ooh, I like that one. That one.
So that was a little odd, but oh well. So finally we decided, one of our friends had to leave early. She didn't get to go to the convention the second day because she had to go to work. But so the con was over. We had to leave around 2 because of me, because I had to get home to Josie, and which almost didn't work out because we had to take one friend home first, drop him off, and then we had to go because the other friend that had left already was his ride. So since he stayed with us, we had to take him home. So we took him home, and then we went to where we left Harlene's car to get her car, and then go. Somewhere along all of this, I lost car port plug-in things for phones. What are those called? I don't know. Anyway, I lost mine and Harlene's. I did find mine, but I haven't really dug through my bags fully yet, so hers might still be in there. I don't know, but my phone was dead, so she and I had to stop at a gas station and buy her another one anyway, because we were cutting it really close to the time that I was supposed to be getting home to meet Josie's mother. And anyway, so I got my phone on, and I had a message from her asking if I was home, and 3 minutes, like, I got it 3 minutes after she sent that, and I texted her that I was running a little late, I'll be there in half an hour. And it turned out that apparently my husband had already got a hold of her because he just knew that I wasn't going to be home on time, and he had texted me like an hour prior and I never answered, so I guess he knew that my phone was dead. So anyway, he had already called her and told her that he was just going to leave work early and come get her. So I mean, I'm thankful. But we rushed for no reason because of that. But anyway, I was able to relax, which was good because for whatever reason, I wasn't feeling well on the way home. I felt sick. I don't know why. I feel fine now, but I was miserable last night, so I was kind of happy that he left work early to go pick up Josie because I didn't feel good enough to deal with it. But anyway, so I'm home now. I'm alive. That was super fun. I do plan on going to more conventions in the future, but not back to Detroit. I'm good with never going back to Detroit. That's fine with me. Honestly, I never thought I would ever go to Detroit in the first place. So that was a one-time thing. Never doing it again. But we'll go to another convention somewhere else, somewhere safer in the future. Also, if you want to see some video footage from that day, from the time there, our friend Arcanum Order, I think that's how he says it. Shit. Like I said, I met these people that day. Like, I only went knowing Harlene. I have since looked it up, and his name is Arcanum Order, not Arcane. Sorry about that. I have since looked it up, and his name is Arcanum Order, not Arcane. Sorry about that. But anyway, my friend Arcanum Order, he made he vlogged while we were there. So if you would like to go check out his video and see the festivities and, you know, some of the fun cosplays, you can go to his channel. I will link his video down in the description, and yeah, that's everything. That was my weekend. That was my very first convention. I don't think I left anything out. Yeah, so as usual, click the like if you liked it, comment if you feel like, subscribe if you want, because I would